Everybody want to talk, everybody want to say something, everybody always trying to show or say how they would approach some type of situation. But it's easy and it's funny to say whatever you want to say when it comes to some situation, when you're not the one involved, when you're not the one there, when you're not the one on scene. And we see so many people or so many supervisors, so many high ranking officers at work into in the law enforcement field that they always like to have some sort of say or something to say when they see in social media or the news or you know anywhere in the internet or something like that, situations that come across some other officers out there. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I see so often how people always want to do and say or give their input in situation that happens somewhere, out of state, whether it's in the city, any county, any, somewhere that has to do with law enforcement. And I always say this: if you're not there, if you were not involved, if you're not the person or the subject of whatever type of situation that might happen, at work or whether it's on duty, off duty, like we see so many out there, it's always to find out specifically how the things came over, what happened, what was the things that were said or what was done at the time, or so many factors that pretty much will clarify or say specifically how the incident happened. But we see sometimes how people, they jump into conclusion and say so many things without knowing specifically what happened and how the things transpire at the moment or on scene. And it's easy, like I said, to say, whatever you want to say. Oh, you should approach it this way, or you should do this, you should do that. Because now, normally, all those input and all those opinion come from people that have never done anything out there. And this is the funny part. The fact that you hold some sort of rank above some other doesn't mean that you know everything. Because I've seen people, high-ranking officers, with no background whatsoever from the street. They have nothing to do with the street. They don't know anything about the street. They never been on the street. They never done anything on the street. And when you are on the street, you pretty much become everything and anything when it comes to law enforcement, because you have to do the counselor part, you have to do the psychological part, you have to do the lawyer part, you have to do the investigator part, you have to do the detective part, and you pretty much become the gophers for everything, because you out there, you supposed to pretty much go across most of the situation that happen outside. And most of the situations that happen outside, they are repetitive. And the reason why they are repetitive and you supposed to know it as a street cop is because you've been out there the whole time. But we see so many people that they rank up and they always have some sort of opinion about situations and, things that happen outside, when they don't have the experience to talk about it, when they never have the experience to be there on that particular type of situation, because everything is pretty much the same. you always have, or every day you're going to have the same situation or the same scene with with different character, or the same character in different scene, but they all are repetitive. So if you've never been out there, if you don't know how to deal with an emotional person, if you don't know how to deal with a elderly person that got robbed, if you never deal with an elderly person or a female that got beat up by the significant others or partners or husband, boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, or anything like that, how would you give your opinion just to hammer people what they were supposed to do or what they didn't do or what they were supposed to, do, when you never had that experience, when you never experienced that type of situation, because you never were out there, because you never done anything on the street? You probably came from some type of unit somewhere, from some type of department somewhere where you don't really need to, or where you don't really need to deal with people. And now you want to come here to give your opinion and say stuff about stuff that you never experienced before. It's easy and simple to do it that way. So my thing is, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but if you don't know about cars, don't talk about car. If you don't know about motorcycle, don't talk about motorcycle. If you don't know about finance, don't talk about finance. You're supposed to talk about things that you know and things that you have experienced in the past or the present. That's what I think. I'm just saying. Now, if your opinion are to elevate, to give some sort of encouragement to the person or the subject in question, then it's fine. But if you're going to give an opinion just to hammer or to make that person feel worse or bad, then just shut up. Don't say nothing. You know why? Because you don't have nothing to say, whether you're a boss or not. And that's that. So be careful how you want to approach others in terms of situations and opinion. And be careful about things that you want to talk about that you don't know about. That's all I have to say. This goes out to all the law enforcement and everybody that has to do with law enforcement field, whether you are a federal agent, police officer, detective, or anything that had to do with law enforcement field. So, thank you for listening. Stay tuned for more. One Under.